new to YouTube, so this is my first video. So if you guys can like and subscribe and hit that bell so you guys can get notified whenever I make a new video. Okay? Right. So you guys clicked on this video to learn how to do makeup, right? Right? So we are going to learn how to do some simple makeup. This right here is an everyday look. And this tutorial is for people that, one, don't know how to do makeup at all. Two, people that know how to do makeup a little bit, but just want to learn a little something new, you know. Or three, people that don't even care about makeup. They just want to look nice every now and then, you know. Or should I say enhance their features. So I'm going to show you a few of my tips, a few things I do to achieve this look. You know, I am not a professional makeup artist at all. I do not do makeup. I do not teach people how to do makeup or whatever. I just felt as if this video was needed because a lot of the videos on YouTube they say they're for beginners, but they're really not for beginners. Like, they be having all these kind of different brushes, all these makeup stuff that nobody know nothing about. And I just wanted to come to you guys to make a video about simple ways to do makeup, not all those complex ways, not all those expensive ways. Again, these products in this video are 100% drugstore appropriate. You can get these from the hair store, you can get these from Walgreens, you can get these ingredients from anywhere. Did I say ingredients? I meant supplies. I cook a lot, so I didn't mean to say ingredients, but yeah, so these supplies are very cheap. I'm not using a whole bunch of different things. Like, the most expensive thing that I'm using is my foundation, and I got that from MAC. But you can get cheap foundation from anywhere, okay? I'm trying to come to you guys for help because I know you guys need my help. So, like I said, I am a college student. I do not know how to do makeup. I just wanted to show y'all something quick, something simple, you know, you can do when you go out to wherever, to a restaurant, on a date, with your friends, to the club, you know. Just something slight, something, you know, not too complicated. Like, it's hard to start to learn how to do makeup. A lot of people do not know how to do this, and I just wanted to be a help. So let's get started. Okay, so these are Neutrogena makeup wipes. They are very light, and I love these makeup wipes because they have acne medicine inside them, and they prevent acne. Okay, so look at all that excess makeup and dirt that was already on my face. You always want to start with a clean face anytime you do makeup. So now we're going to use this eyebrow archer to shape our brows a little bit and remove excess hair. Always start with clean wax brows or either arch brows, and you can get this from the hair store. So now I'm going to take this utensil. It has a tilted brush and a spoolie on both ends of the utensil, and I'm going to just brush my eyebrows into a nice shape, pretty much. So now I'm going to take an eyebrow pencil. This is a dark brown pencil, and I get it from the hair store. I like the cheapest ones, and I like the wooden ones with the sharpener. because it just seems to have the best material and it just seems to make a nice eyebrow. So now I am outlining the shape of my brow. I kind of like a nice arch. Not too high, not too low to where they're straight, but not too high to where it looks like you're always asking a question. So now I'm going to take the other end of the utensil, the brush part. It's like a tilted / slanted brush. And I'm going to take some LA Pro Girl concealer to clean up my brows. And that concealer is in the shade Toffee. And you can get this concealer from the hair store. And I'm just cleaning up my brows, starting from the inner corner to the outer corner. I'm putting a little bit of concealer on the brush and just shaping them up a little bit more so they could be more precise. This concealer makes your eyebrow a little bit more seamless and perfect. Now I am covering my whole eyelid with concealer, and this makes for a primer. This would be like an eye primer instead of using a separate eye primer. I feel like this make your eyeshadow pop more when you do have like a more dramatic look. We're just going for a normal everyday look for now, but when you do use more eyeshadow colors, it makes it more dramatic and it makes it more like vivid, and the colors seem to pop more when you use concealer instead of a thin eyeshadow primer or base. So after covering both lids, you're going to clean up the top part of your brows using the same concealer and brush in the same method, starting from the inner corner going to the outer corner. And now you're going to do the same thing to the other brow and try to make sure both brows look as similar as possible. And yes, I said similar because brows are sisters, not twins. Okay, honey? So I always just try to make sure they look as similar as possible. Like, I don't like sit there and be on my brows for 30 minutes just to make them look exactly alike. Now I'm going to take this spoolie and just try to brush my hairs and blend the pencil product in, and take my finger and blend the concealer around my eyebrow. I don't know, it's just something about the warmth of your finger that melts the concealer a little bit more than a brush would do, and this tip really works because it really blends and melt everything together. Now I'm going to take some moisturizer. Don't mind my bottle, it's a little dirty. My makeup spilled on the bottle when I was on vacation. So I'm going to take some moisturizer, and you can use any kind of moisturizer you want to just go around your face to moisturize your skin. And I use the moisturizer as a primer because I'm not finna buy a face and eyeshadow primer. That's extra money. Like, no, I'm a college student. So just putting the moisturizer on my face. You could have did this the first step, but I forgot to do it. So I'm just moisturizing my face, and this stuff really helps if you have dry skin. I have really dry skin, and I just use this moisturizer. This is Clean and Clear, and I got it from Walmart. Now I'm going to take some Fit Me powder by Maybelline, and this is in the shade 30, And you should get a color that's a little bit lighter than your skin, maybe 1 or 2 shades lighter than your skin, preferably 1 shade lighter. And put this over the concealer that we put on our lids. Is going to lock in and seal the concealer, and you just pat it in with a eyeshadow brush. And in this step, make sure you get the edges of the concealer, like blend those in really good, like the inner edge and the outer edge, like that line, so it won't be such a harsh line, and just blend those edges really good. And now I'm going to take some more of that Fit Me powder and put on the inner parts of my eyebrow, and this gives it a little ombre effect, so it can look more natural and it won't all just be a dark brown color. It gives it a more natural ombre hue. Now I'm going to take that spoolie again and just brush it and blend that powder that I just added in. Now I'm going to use my finger and kind of get rid of that unibrow. I know it looks a little weird and my eyebrows look a little bit close together, but kind of use your finger and get rid of that eyebrow pencil. And now I even use that brush, that tilted brush, and just get rid of the unibrow a little bit more by not even adding a little bit more concealer, but just using the concealer that's already on the brush, and just getting rid of that unibrow a little bit more, so you don't have to add any extra concealer to this part. Just use the concealer that was kind of left on the brush. And now you're going to blend that some more with the spoolie. Blend, blend, blend. That's the key to making everything look natural and nice. So now we're going to take your favorite lashes, and I like these because they're like mink lashes, but they're like fox mink, so they're cheap. They're fake mink lashes. And just apply those. And the way the lashes come in the package, they're left and right, so always make sure you're putting on your left eyelash to your left eye, and putting your right eyelash on your right eye. So now you're going to take some lash glue. I like this lash glue because it's on an applicator and it has a tip, so you just pretty much rub the glue on the lash. But first, before I do that, I put the glue on my lash line and then put the glue on the lash. After I put the glue on the lash, I'm going to let it air dry and blow it and wave it, fan it, so the glue could get a little tacky, because you never want to put wet glue on your eye, because it's going to just make a big mess and it's not going to be good. After fanning and blowing for about 30 seconds, you're going to apply the lash to your lash line. And I don't really cut any extra stuff off, so I just put it straight on my lash line and just push it into your lash line and press it in. Now I'm just going to take some tweezers and pinch my eyelid and the lash together a little bit. I know that's a little weird, but it makes it stay and it makes it a little bit more secure. See, my lash came off a little bit, so just put it back on. That's okay. And just again pinch the lid and your lash together. And I don't like how other YouTubers make it seem like putting on lashes is literally 1 second. It takes a little practice and it takes a while to be able to put on a lash, and that is the lash look. Now I'm gonna take some liquid eyeliner. I got this from the hair store, very cheap, and just do a wing liner. And I like to do my liner on the ends of my lids, like a tail. I don't like to put the eyeliner on my whole eye, which is a little weird. So I bend the lash down a little bit and just apply the liner on the end of my eye as a wing shaped. So now I'm going to put some foundation on my face. I like to use a beauty blender, and I damp my beauty blender. I don't use just a dry beauty blender. Please damp your beauty blender. Put it on under some water and wring it out, and apply the foundation on your face. And blend that concealer with that foundation when you're putting your foundation on. That concealer that's around your brow, blend that a little bit more with the beauty blender. Now you're going to take that same LA Girl Pro Concealer you use for your eyebrows and put it underneath your eyes. And if you have bags, kind of put a little bit more. You see I have some bags, so I put a lot of concealer underneath my eyes. And you're going to make a triangle shape and trace that concealer underneath your wing to get it a little bit more precise. I did pretty good by getting it kind of precise, but this makes it a little bit more neater. Now you're going to put some concealer on your chin, and this is part of the highlight part of your highlight and contour. And yeah, I made a cross. I'm a Christian. So you're gonna put some on your forehead, your nose, and you're just gonna put on this like anywhere the light naturally hits your face. And then you're gonna put some on your Cupid's bow. Sorry, I had to look and make sure I was doing it right. Now I'm going to take another beauty blender, and this has like a pointed side and a flat side, and I'm just going to damp it and blend that concealer. Now I'm going to take some dark LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Dark Cocoa, and I'm going to put it around the perimeter of my face. And you usually get a shade or two, well no, more than a shade or two, maybe like 3 shades darker than your skin color. Or I don't even know if that's 3 shades, just a kind of a darker color that's going to contour your face. And you're just going to put that on your cheeks and around your forehead. And you're going to put it on your other cheek. And you're going to put it on your jawline all the way down to your chin. Now you're going to take that same beauty blender that you put your foundation on with and blend that dark concealer around your face. Now you're going to switch beauty blenders and go back to the beauty blender you used to put your light concealer on, and put some Fit Me powder on it, and go in all the areas you use the light concealer with, and put the powder over that light concealer. And you always want to do this step because it locks in that liquid concealer. You always want to go over your liquid concealer with a powder. That way it doesn't shift or move or mess up your liquid concealer. Now you're gonna kind of make a duck kissy face and put some of that Fit Me powder underneath your jaw and underneath that dark concealer that we put there, and just kind of make like a rectangle and do the other side just like that. Now you're going to use the True Complexion contour palette in shade medium to dark. I got from Walmart, and it's 3 shades. I don't really use the lighter shade, but I use the dark shade and the brown shade, and we're going to use the dark shade to go over the liquid dark concealer that we put on our face. So now we're going to blend those 2 shades together, the brown and the light. This is our first step of blending. It's not going to do a whole bunch, but it's going to make it easier for our second step of blending. And you're just going to blend like those harsh lines and mix it in with the lighter lines. I'm looking real crazy. That was that first step of blending. Now we're finna get into this second step, when you add the brown shade, which is in the middle box of the True Complexion palette, and you're gonna add that brown shade to your whole face. And this is where you're gonna get rid of all that white ghosty looking makeup. This is where you're adding that color back to your face, and that brown shade is just going to blend everything. And you're going to do like the same thing like you did in the first step of blending, and you're going to just add the brown shade to your whole face and just blend everything together. Now you're going to contour your nose with the dark shade of the powder, and you're just going to put it on the bridge of your nose on both sides, and you're going to mix in a little bit of the brown shade as well, and just kind of like trace your nose and just make it look thin. And you can go all the way up until your eye kinda, and just make your nose really look thinner than what it is. And you're going to take the same dark brown shade and use it as an eyeshadow. Yes, an eyeshadow. When you're really on a budget, you start using everything for other stuff. Everything have a purpose. Well, multiple purposes. So yeah, you're just going to pat it on your eye. Now we're finna take some blush. This is the Ruby Kisses palette. I only use really the red color. And we're gonna put some color back into your face. I love this step. A lot of black people don't use this step, but blush is really amazing because it adds that color back to your face. You don't want to look white, you don't want to look ghosty, and I just love this step because it just melts everything together and gives you that color. Where do I add the blush, you say? You're gonna add that blush everywhere you added the dark liquid concealer and a dark powder. You're gonna add it around the perimeter of your face and your jawline, everywhere you added the dark liquid and the dark powder. So now we're gonna add some LA Girl Strobe Light red highlight, and this is different from the highlight concealer we use. This is like a glitter type highlight you put on your cheeks, and it's like in a red hue, and you're gonna add that only to your cheeks on top of the red blush. Now we're gonna add some gold glitter highlight. This is Skin Glow Bronze by Absolute, and you can just use any pretty much highlight that you want. Highlighter, whatever you want to call it, and you're gonna put it on top of your cheeks as well. And it's really messy, but it's really, really pretty. This is like a cheap version of some pretty highlight. A lot of people use more expensive highlighter, but this was like $3 or $4 at a hair store. And you're gonna put that gold highlighter on your chin, your forehead, and your nose, the bridge of your nose. And I'm gonna use my finger for my nose because it's a little bit more easier to use instead of the brush. And then on your cupid's bow, and you're just gonna put it everywhere you highlighted your face with light concealer and light powder. Next, you want to take some mascara and apply that to your bottom lashes, and you can use any mascara that you like. So I also add some mascara to my lashes. I feel like it blends your real lash to your fake eyelash a little better, and I kind of bend the tips of the eyelashes so it can give you a wing wisp kind of look, and it just make your lashes look a little cuter and wispier. And now I'm going to take that same blush that we use for our face and use a flat brush that's kind of fluffy, kind of flat, a little bit fluffier than the eyebrow brush we use, and going to take some of that blush and put it underneath our eyes, and that gives it a little pop. And I use this instead of eyeliner because I feel like the mascara on our bottom lash kind of is like an eyeliner, and then we're going to use this color to make our eye pop a little bit more. And now we're going to add some of that glitter highlight that we used earlier to the corner of our eye, and this also make your eye pop a little bit more. And you're just gonna add it on that same flat brush that we use for the blush under our eyes, and we're gonna add the gold highlighter in the corner of our eyes. And now we're going to take that same eyebrow pencil. Yes, I like to reuse my products and line your lips because nobody got time to be buying all expensive products, and we can use the same products for multiple stuff. We on a budget. We trying to be cute on a budget. And now we're going to use some new grayish looking lipstick, and I actually forgot what brand that was, and you see it rubbed off, and you're just gonna fill your lips in with that. And the liner actually makes your lips a little bit bigger and appear a little bit bigger versus just putting lipstick on without the liner, and I noticed that. And it just makes your lips look a little bit plumper, especially if you have smaller lips. I know I have big lips already, so I kind of didn't need to do that. But if you just want your lips to look bubblicious, yeah, put that liner on before you do your lipstick. So now we're going to take some gloss. You can use a pink gloss that I have or like a clear gloss. It doesn't really matter. And put that over your lipstick. And I like this because it gives your lipstick like a glossy type, so like it makes the lipstick looks like a stained gloss, and I think that's really cute. And for our last step, yay, we spray some NYX finishing spray, and I like the dewy finish because it makes it look a little bit more wet and shiny because I have dry skin. If you have dry skin, always go for the dewy finish. If you have oily skin, go for the matte finish. And finishing spray just melts your makeup together and keeps a good hold, and it makes everything look seamless. And that concludes our makeup for dummies tutorial. If you guys like this video, please press the like button and subscribe to my channel, and press the bell button so you guys can get notified whenever I make new videos. Thank you for watching.